I do not live in hope. I work to return it.
Hello there.
Welcome in, monks. This season 14 of Yorick. Probably wondering, what do we build now? Well, I've got a few builds in mind for you. First, Bruiser Yorick. You can always build Triforce first. Triforce is mainly the same, but keep in mind that Sheen is very expensive now, and it builds out of this item, so it's gonna be hard for you to come back with Sheen first item. So your best bet is to either build towards Phage first, or Heartbone Axe. Keep in mind, Phage, it doesn't give you sustain anymore. It has been reverted to what it was in the past, and now it gives you movement speed when you attack somebody. Also goes into Stride Breaker and a Cleaver. But you can still get a Cleaver and Triforce at the same time, because both of these will stack the movement speed passive. It won't be a bad item. So you just auto attack and you gain movement speed from both of them. Next up, Hullbreaker. Hullbreaker now builds out of Tunneler, a new item. This also builds into Sterax, Titanic, and Sundered Sky. Now, Hullbreaker has gotten extremely weaker. It still gives minions the armor and magic resist, but it will not give you the armor and magic resist. So be a bit more careful. Either you're thinking Phase Rush, or you just go full Lethality at that point to just be a glass cannon. It's going to be up to you, but now Hullbreaker has a bit of a different passive. Every 5th attack on Hullbreaker will basically deal 140 of your base attack damage, on top of 3.5% of your bonus HP. So the more HP you get, the more damage you're going to deal to towers. So taking Grasp would be beneficial, but you don't necessarily need it. But if you do go Hullbreaker, buying more HP items is going to be beneficial to you. But also keep in mind that now with Hullbreaker, you can actually use this on enemy champions. You can see the stack up here, down here. It's at 3, auto attack one more time, it's at 4, and the 5th attack, it will deal the bonus. It dealt 400. So now with Hullbreaker, you're still gonna buff the cannon minion, so you can use the cannon minion to tank the tower for you. Tank the tower for your minions, that is. Because the tower will still focus the cannon, and this will keep your pets alive. And then on the 5th hit of Hullbreaker, you're gonna deal bonus damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th hit, you're gonna deal bonus damage. That is now the difference with Hullbreaker. It's still good on Yorick, but you just have to keep in mind that it will be kind of stronger on different champions that can proc this 5-hit effect a bit faster than us. Like on Trundle, Fiora, Tryndamere, Jax. Different champions that tend to build more attack speed than we do. So as you see, Triforce isn't proccing off the tower, like it isn't stacking up like it does on live, but it is still stronger. So as long as you get HP, or as long as you have time to stack it, you can still take towers down very easily. But remember, you won't get the magic resist or armor from Hullbreaker anymore, and the minions also don't have increased damage against the structures. Only you have the bonus damage against the structures. So against champions, you're gonna deal, as it says right there, 127. But against towers, it's increased by 400% base, and you're gonna deal 300 damage instead. So keep that in mind. Next item that we can build now, we can build Sterax Gauge again. I don't know if you will build in this exact order, but the item will have tenacity now. And since Hullbreaker scales off HP now, having an additional HP item is going to be very beneficial to us. Now that we have tenacity, we can buy Dead Man's Plate if you want to, because it has a new passive that reduces slow effects. So now you're going to be faster, but it also has something additionally. Now, it also has 100% of your base damage at a full stack, which means as you're walking around and you're going to stack up the Dead Man's Plate, when you auto attack, it's also gonna deal a bonus damage. Now there is a difference. Notice that if I stand still and I auto attack, all my auto attacks are gonna deal, well, let me let Conqueror stack. All my auto attacks is gonna deal a certain amount, 271. If it ever deals more than that, that is the Hull Breaker. But now if you move around just a little bit and auto attack again, wait, that was Hull Breaker. But if I move and attack again, it deals a bit more because each time I move, that man's play keeps stacking up. So each time I keep auto attacking, so if you auto attack and just move, your auto attacks will just keep dealing more damage. So that is the full stack. Let me test that again just in case. The full stack. Let me let the Conqueror stack fully so it isn't messing with the numbers. Move, auto, it's higher. But the less you move, the less the less damage you're gonna deal. So now it incentivizes you to like auto attack and move back and forth. But this will also help you chase enemies. So the moment you walk up, you're gonna get a bit of a burst. So that is also good. So yeah, keep that in mind. Now, as you have noticed, most of these items, if not all of them, have something to do with your base AD. Triforce makes your Sheen proc deal 200% of it. Hullbreaker makes you deal 140 of it and 400 against towers. Thicc Gauge gives you bonus AD based off your 50% of your base AD. And for that man's plate, it gives you 100%. So all these items together will synergize very well, giving you a quick burst the moment you do catch up to somebody, or apply all of them together. But there is one new additional item, Sundered Sky. The first attack against an enemy champion can crit and heals you for 6% of your missing HP. Meaning if I go take tower damage, I'm pretty healthy here. But if I Q, I should be able to heal. And you can see the passive, like the mark that this has a unique cooldown per champion. So if I Q them, I heal for like 100 and something there. I auto this person, I heal for 130 again. It has a cooldown of 15 seconds, but now I'm full. So let me go take more damage. Sterak shield, nice. But now we're low. And now our next attack that is gonna crit will heal us. We heal for 200. So this item is gonna be nice for having an instant way to burst somebody and then gain some HP back if they're capable of kiting you like you're fighting an AD carry. And keep in mind that the first time you hit him, it is going to crit as well, so you're instantly going to burst him. So imagine you're chasing somebody, you ghost in, you stack your dead man's plate, you press Q for the Sheen proc, and your Thunder Sky is ready, and then you instantly crit him for 1200. So this is a potential build that you can do. The build order will have to depend on what's going on and when you get Hullbreaker. You can get it in lane if you need to. Sterak is most likely an item for later. When you need tenacity or the shield, you're gonna treat this item as if it's GA. In this case, you won't be able to get GA. Thunder Sky is for when you're needing the sustain or the burst, if you're finding out you're fighting characters that are able to kite you. And then when you do walk up, like before, bonk. You'll hit him very hard, and it has a cooldown per champion, the same as Heartsteel. Now a normal auto will crit. As you can see, it did 600. But our Q can also crit off it, so at least I'm pretty sure. So it's more beneficial for you to just Q them like that. Now I'm pretty sure just adding the damage from Q and Thunder Sky, but I could be mistaken, but you're most likely wanting to stack everything up at the same time, so let me stack up my Hullbreaker. Now it's at 4, stack up that man's plate again, and then we Q, and that's 1300. So this is a potential build. Bonk shovel, that's what I would call it. Now, you can do variations of this, of course. Let's say you don't need Styrax, you grab Titanic. Let's say you don't want Thunder Sky, so you buy Black Cleaver. Let's say you don't really need Wave Clear from Titanic, so you grab Spear of Sojourn instead. You can keep messing around with these, but if you want just a solid build that's not situational, you can just get all of these items since they all have synergy together because Yorick has very good base AD. Now, speaking of Spear of Sojourn, and the next build, Lethal Shovel. This will be if you're looking to just deal as much damage as you can with your pets. We're gonna get Cleaver, and as you can see, when you have Cleaver, you can no longer buy Grudge because this is an armor pen item. So, for example, if I sell Black Cleaver, I cannot buy Grudge. But if I buy Grudge, I cannot buy Black Cleaver. So you can only have one of these in the game. But the reason you probably won't build this as much if you're not going deep into lethality is because this has an lethality ratio on it by 0.11. So for example, at the moment it gives me 20% armor penetration. So as you can see, at the moment we have 22% armor penetration and it has a lethality ratio. So if you buy Profane Hydra, for example, a new Hydra item, this will increase the armor penetration from 23 to 24. You buy Collector, now it's 25. You sell Shojin, you sell Eclipse because Eclipse isn't lethality anymore, and then you buy Serpent Fang, let's say they have a lot of shields, and now it's 27. You buy Hubris if you like, and boom. Now is 29. Now Hubris is an AD item that basically gives you a statue for each kill you have gotten. At the moment, I don't think we have any, so this is our default statue. But if I kill an enemy, let's say I land E on this and then I throw them into the fountain, it's gonna count as a kill. And see, the statue will upgrade. And we can just keep doing this over and over again, just to show you the upgrade. Basically, the more people you kill, the more your statue is just gonna, whatchamacallit, the more it's gonna upgrade. So if you're snowballing, this is kind of a snowbally item. I don't know if we could use it, but you can just keep upgrading the statue. Now, what does that do? At the moment, like I said, it's like a Magi's items for AD users. So we have 20 stacks at the moment. Basically, when you kill, when a champion that you have damage when the last 3 seconds dies, you gain 10 plus 1 per statue stack damage for 60 seconds. So if you kill one person and you're looking to kill another one, it's gonna give you 10 AD and then 10 more for each statue you have. So if you look at my AD at the moment, it's 396, and it still has not been a minute, so this is counting down. And once it goes down to 0, like the seconds run out, I will lose, I should lose 20, no, 30, because I have 20 stacks. I should lose 30 AD. Let's see. See, I actually lost 20. But yeah, I lost 20 AD from it. So that's what that item does. Profane Hydra, its AoE is like, it's like a bit bigger, but what it also does is it deals bonus damage based on how low the enemy is, so you can activate it. Let me lower the cooldown, and it's just gonna crit. Let me sell Collector so you stop seeing the true damage. That's not needed. See? It's very big as well. It's probably the biggest Hydra active, I'm pretty sure. But this will deal bonus damage when the enemy is below 30% HP. So that's when you ideally want to use it. And as for Grudge, the reason why we probably won't be buying it as often is because it only slows the enemy now if they're below half HP. So if I remove my pets and let the dummy heal back up, If I Q them, they're not being slowed. If I land E, they're not being slow. As my ghouls attack them, when they get below, then they start to slow. So if I auto this and Q, the Q is not slowing. But if I Q again, it's not slowing. But now it does slow because they are below the 30% of HP. Not 30, 50% HP. So yeah. You basically have to burst somebody before you're going to be able to slow them. But back to the original build we were looking to do. This build will involve Cleaver, this, and Shojin. What does Shojin do? Spell his grant stacks up to 4. Your spells deal 3 increased damage for each stack. So if I E something, that should be 1 stack. Actually, I can't see the stacks. Oh, it shows it down here. There. And now we have 4. And this will actually increase the damage of our pets. Now you do have to Q and land E to keep it up, because auto attacking will not keep up the damage. So with this, you can basically increase your pet's damage by 12%, which is a lot, especially if you're going heavily into this build. Because Eclipse still deals a percent of the enemy's HP, gives you 70 attack damage, which is very, very high. You'll have a lot of AD with this build. And then after this, you can probably get Profane Hydra if you like, or if you need Sustain, you can maybe just buy Ravenous Hydra instead. Since they do have actives again, so you can actually heal off the, whatchamacallit, off the active of this, because the active of this now, oh, that's fucking awkward. So now if you can technically use Ravenous Hydra as a small gore drinker, since if you get in the middle of multiple people and proc it, you can heal off all of them. It even procs Eclipse, which is interesting. So yeah, but now since you can use Ravenous Hydra as an active again, you can probably auto Ravenous Q, which is like a quick combo you can probably do. You auto Ravenous and you Q just to heal, and it works out very well. You can probably do it as well in the middle of abilities, or probably to stop like animations, like you E and do it instantly. Because I'm pretty sure you're gonna EQ as well, but if you E Ravenous then Q, it's probably faster. And a lot of champions like Renekton and Riven will probably use it to stop a lot of their animations. So Ravenous is a good option for us again. So this is one potential build, and then you can just end it off with GA or That's Dance. And if they have enough burst and maybe you don't need one of these items anymore, you can just sell one of them and get Styrax instead. And in that case, you will probably get Ravenous first, Eclipse second, or you get Shojin first, Ravenous, then Eclipse, That's Dance, and Styrax. Probably Styrax then That's Dance, since you do need some HP. So this is another potential build that you can do. Now for the Lethality enjoyers, you can probably just start off the game with Ravenous Hydra. You can use Spear of Sojin to increase your damage. So maybe you go this first. Of course, you're going to have Grudge because you are going Lethality, so this will be the better armor pen item since you can slow the enemies. And then you can either buy Collector, or you can buy, I don't have them here in the item sets, but I will put them. You can buy Opportunity. As long as you're out of combat, you're going to gain 5 up to 10 Lethality. And then when you kill somebody, you're going to gain movement speed, so you can kill somebody and run out. Here's like an example of it. I say I eat all these dummies because I don't know which one is going to die when I throw them into the fountain. Then I throw them in, I gain movement speed. How do I stutter on movement speed? But you get the point. You kill somebody and then you run out. And if you really want to keep up that playstyle, you can also get Yomus, or after you kill somebody. And then if you do need a different item and you don't want to get a Shojin, then maybe you can just sell this and then get a Dead Man's Plate instead. In this case, you get Ravenous first, then probably Yomus, then Opportunity, or Grudge third. You get opportunity or Yomu's last. Dead man should technically be your last item unless you need it early on. So this gameplay will basically revolve around you running around, gaining movement speed with Yomu's, confirm your E, hit somebody, burst them, they die, you gain movement speed, and then you run out. Now for the next build, this is one that I'm not sure that it works, but there is a reason why it could work. Because they changed how Stride Breaker works. Basically, on live, when you use Stride Breaker, you basically have to stop for a moment. Let's say you're running and you want to use Stride Breaker, you have to stop to use it. This is how it usually works on live with Stride Breaker. But on PvE, when you use Stride Breaker, you still have to stop this one. Oh, you can use it, but you don't stop moving. I don't know if you can tell, but Yorick stops walking when I use Ravenous. This is how the live Stride Breaker works. With the new Stride Breaker, you don't stop moving. So imagine somebody like Hecarim running around and just proccing this. And then it has a new active. You slow nearby enemy by 30% and you gain 30 bonus movement speed per champion hit that decays over 3 seconds. So you can walk in the middle of multiple people, proc this, and you become fast as hell. So you can use this to escape ganks if you do build it in lane and just run extremely fast. So you could use it as a way to escape. It gives us 20% attack speed, 50 attack damage, and 400 health. Now, one thing, the only reason why I thought about this is because its new passive says dealing physical damage grants movement speed for 2 seconds. So if I auto attack, that's dealing physical damage, right? So if my ghouls attack, I'm testing this. Yeah. If our ghouls are attacking somebody, we also gain movement speed. Because my movement speed at the moment is 385. And then when my pets attack, I gain 400 and I see the visual effect. The visual effect disappears, but I still have the movement speed. And you can also see the ghost here resetting the hasted. So as long as we have our pets on the map, we should have this potentially. It just says dealing physical damage. So if I remove the dummies, right, and just kill them, I remove the dummies, I summon minions, skip 30 seconds. If I raise my ghouls here and they're attacking in the wave, it also counts as me dealing physical damage. Right? Now they stopped, but I have Maiden tops, so let's see. So yeah, back then Black Cleaver had the same passive as Stride Breaker, that as long as our pets were dealing damage, we had bonus movement speed. So this would essentially create a new build where you can have Stride Breaker to gain movement speed, Triforce to gain movement speed, That Man's Plate, and Black Cleaver. Since all of these movement speed passes are different, this one is called Temper and is for dealing physical damage. Trinity Force is Quicken and is for auto attacks, and Black Cleaver is also for auto attacks and is called Rage. So if I just summon a dummy and let me wait for Home Guard to be gone, and my movement speed is 440, my bad, and an auto attack, we instantly gain like 50 movement speed. That is crazy. That is actually crazy. So for example, if I leave my pets here on a dummy because they're constantly proccing it, and then we're walking around the map, this will be the same as if we're just walking around the map and we have 450 movement speed, just because we have all of these 3 items together. So if we can find more movement speed items, like potentially, what else gives us movement speed actually? An know Warmog does. Let's see. Hullbreaker does give us. It still actually still gives us movement speed. Rectrix. I guess we can build Opportunity or Yomus if we want to. But we could also build Warmogs because it gives us a lot of HP. We technically wouldn't need it, but we could do it. Or we can get Force of Nature. It's just interesting, honestly. We can even build Bork if we want to, since we have a lot of attack speed now. With 2 attack speed items.
A tyrant who will pay for his crime.
What he said. And when we attack somebody, we're also gonna gain movement speed, so this is a weird potential build. I don't know if you would do it, but hey. Now I don't know which one you would get first, but hey, I would probably get Cleaver first because it gives us the most AD and HP for our pets, and it's still stretch armor. Then we get Stridebreaker, and then we get Deadman's Plate. Then I'm gonna sell the Bork because we technically wouldn't actually build that often. Then we probably get Hullbreaker if we're split pushing, and then late game it'd be weird, but we could buy Triforce. But if we don't buy Triforce, third item, like we're rich enough to just skip resistance, we could, as our last item, we could just get GA or Sterax to get tenacity. So this could be another potential build. But here is the classic build, the classic good old tank build. Oops. Iceborn Cleaver, become a believer. Gauntlet now, it doesn't have the damage reduction anymore. Its HP is less and its armor is also a bit less, but the slow is up from 15% to 20%. So now Gauntlet slows a bit more, and it's also way cheaper. It used to be 2800 and now it's 2600. Along with this build, we could go hybrid if you like. So we can buy Liandry's because, again, pets would just apply Liandry's and burn the enemy.
See the maiden. She comes
over and over again for the magic damage. Maiden will also apply it. And Liandry has its old passive, which is dealing damage with ability causes enemies to burn for 2% of their max health per second. So if your team is full AD or you're fighting a tank that's getting a lot of HP and you don't want to build Bork or Eclipse this game, you could just buy Liandry's. And if you buy Abyssal Mask, whenever you're around somebody, you gain more magic resist and you lower the enemy's magic resist. So now they're burning for 12, as you can see, but when you walk away, they get their resistance back, and now they're burning for 10. And then you can even buy whatchamacallit, Unending Despair, which is every 7 seconds in combat. It will basically drain enemies around you. So let me get a bit lower. Then we wait the 7 seconds. We just have to be in combat, and it heals us. You can't see the internal cooldown at the moment, but if you ever want to join team fights and you need armor, just buy this item because it will basically just heal you. Rip. That's fucking awkward. So imagine you're tanking for your team and then you're in combat and you're gonna heal. Just from Unending Despair. It is every 7 seconds, but you still do heal. And the reason it heals so much is because you deal 93 damage, right? But remember that it heals you for 250% of the damage dealt. So this means that basically if you're burning the enemies with Liandry specifically, this will always go off after the burn is over. So I could technically stand here, then every 7 seconds I'm gonna heal for everybody that's around me. So that basically healed me for 1000 just because there's 4 enemies around. If there's only 2 people around, then I guess I will heal for 600. But even at this stage, if it's only healing off 1 person, it heals me for 300. which is very good, honestly. And now for the last new item, you can sell Cleaver, and if you're going really full tank, which is weird, I wouldn't do this, but it's just to show you the power. This is the new item, Hollow Radiance. Now, what does Hollow Radiance do? Basically, whenever you killing an enemy deals 98 damage in an area around. So if you look at Maiden down here, when her or the ghouls kill something, they deal an AoE effect. And that can basically act as wave clear for us. It doesn't have to be the ghouls either. Even us can do it. We can just burn the area and shove. So if you have Maiden out or some of the ghouls out in lanes, this can actually be used as a form of wave clear. As long as they kill it, they have to kill it. If they don't kill it, then the AoE effect that doesn't go off. But this could also help with CSing when you have your pelts out, or just pushing a bit faster. So yeah. So I'll definitely be building this over Abyssal, and if I do need 2 magic with this item, then I'll probably buy both of these. But you're going to easily remove Unending Despair if you're not going to group up, and this would be your hybrid Yorick build, basically. Cleaver, just so you still have 80 damage, and if you're fighting a tank like Sion or Cho'Gath, or the Sion and Cho'Gath, because those two are the... Whoops, let me kill my pet before they end the game. Just Sion and Cho'Gath, because those two usually build the most HP. You can basically go this build then, and that would be basically what you do. Because whenever you're fighting a Sion or a Cho'Gath in lane, and they're most likely to go tank and get a lot of HP, getting Cleaver is always good, but they wouldn't expect you to get Liandry's, which will increase your damage. So, with this, even if they buy something like an Anathema Changer has enough HP, you will always be burned in for a percent max of their HP, because even though Maiden deals percent max HP of them as well, she only deals this amount every 2 seconds. So yeah, you can easily do a build like this. And if you don't want to buy Hollow Radiance, or you don't want to buy Abyssal, you can just down buy whatever else you want. You can just get Hullbreaker if you need it. You can get Titanic, or you can get Ravenous if you want healing, or you can just get GA last item. Anything works. You just need to remember what the items do and when you need to get them. But if you just want a tank build, you can also just buy Jack-Show, because this item now gives you 50 armor and a magic resist, so it's very effective. And at max stacks, after it stacks up from being in combat, you gain 30% bonus armor and magic resist as well. So it's very good. So if you don't buy Unending Despair and you mostly have magic damage, you can just buy Abyssal Mask, I suppose. Or if you don't want to feel a bit too troll and have Liandry's, you can just sell it and buy Unending Despair. Or if you need to catch up to somebody, you can just buy Dead Man's Plate. So all of these can work. An alternative is just you don't buy Abyssal or this, and you just get Steraks and Hullbreaker. You would just need to see in which order you do this. I would probably do it like this. If I'm fighting a fighter or a tank, I'll probably get Cleaver first, Iceborn, Hullbreaker, Dead Man's Plate, then end it with Steraks. If I'm fighting an AD character like Tryndamere and is scary, I'll get Gauntlet first, then Black Cleaver, Hullbreaker, Dead Man's Plate, and then Steraks. Just remember to mix and match all the items depending what they do to take advantage of that. And then for the last build, this one will be basically for HP stacking. You can get Titanic, you can get Heartsteel, and then for the last item, you can probably get Sunfire Cape or Hollow Radiance, or anything else that has an 80 ratio, or you can just get Cleaver, because it has enough HP. Basically, the reason is because Demolish has an... Okay, you can't see it here, but Demolish has an HP ratio. Actually, you can. So 35 of your max health will be dealt towards the enemy. Not towards them, towards the tower. So you can buy this, you can buy Heartsteel first item and then just stack off them in lane. Then, in team fights or in fights, you just stack off one, stack off the other, and keep it going. Then if you happen to get low, due to all the bonus HP you have, you will get a massive shield that will protect you. Sadly, Titanic does not have the HP conversion anymore. Unless it does. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have it anymore. But its active is very strong. Unlike the others, you can't just press it and it's gonna apply around you. You have to actually attack for it to apply. And its cleave area is actually huge. So you can definitely use this for like wave clear. Where you stand here and everybody gets hit. Now notice this, I'm gonna auto attack this one for 600 and everybody behind is taking 500. So if you're looking to group up or fighting people in a 2v1 very often, you could just buy this and deal a lot of damage as well. Now lastly, they improved Omnivamp. So for example, let me sell these items. If I go to buy the Doran's Blade, now it gets lifesteal instead, so it doesn't have the Omnivamp. The reason because of that is because if you go to Haunting Guys and buy Riftmaker has Omnivamp, and on the site it shows that you'll actually heal for the full amount for when you're hitting somebody with your pets or with, oh my goodness gracious, you'll actually heal for the full amount when you attack somebody with your pets. So if I stack up Conqueror here and we have our pets attacking, we will actually be healing way more now because of our pets. So now we can actually make use of Conqueror way more because Conqueror still gives us Omnivamp, and we're gonna heal based on the damage dealt. So I may start using Conqueror more often, because the reason why I didn't enjoy Conqueror in the past is because we can't stack it quickly and our pets don't heal us that much from it. But now our pets can heal us and our E can heal us a bit more than usual. Last but not least, they have buffed Frozen Heart. It's 400 gold cheaper, so if you're ever fighting somebody or a team that's very heavy on attack speed, you can just buy this for 2300. It's even cheaper than Abyssal Mask, so you can just buy this and lower the enemy's attack speed. And outside of this, they also buffed Omen. Nothing exactly has changed, but the crit reduction has been increased from 25% to 30%. So if you're fighting Tryndamere, you can just buy this item as well. I wouldn't know if you buy both of them, but you probably get Omen first, and if he remains a problem, maybe your last item you will make it Frozen Heart. Probably not needed though. You can probably just get a Deadman's Blade if anything, or maybe even you can just get this thing. So every few seconds in combat with them, you're gonna heal by a little bit. Outside of that, if you're fighting a big MR character, we have this item, Kaindikarukern. Basically, it gives you a magic damage shield based on 20% of your max health. So the more HP heavy you go, like with Heartsteel, this Cleaver, Hullbreaker, the bigger the magic shield will be. And this item instantly gives you 80 magic resist as well. So if the enemy team has a lot of AP characters, this will probably be the best item for you to buy, especially if you don't think you're gonna need Hollow Radiance. That only gives 40. But you're mostly buying this for the HP because it has very good HP, but also the wave clear it gives your pets when you're pushing. Just keep in mind that it is a Sunfire item, so when you're around somebody, you're gonna burn them. So if you're under a tower, the tower will attack you. But in summary, let me go over most of the builds we did.
The constant wailing of souls in torment.
well, guys, that's pretty much it. Tomorrow, I'll probably be building something like this, or Iceborn Cleaver, or honestly, it all depends what I'm fighting. I'll probably swap around my builds very often.
Fits me to perfection.
But if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. But in the end, thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. Good luck on your climb. Take care.
Water for the living, shovel for the dead.